Hey guys, welcome into Jewel School. My name is Laura. Thanks for being here with me today. Today we are making a fun, funky little earring today. We've got these, I call them coffin shaped beads, but they're technically called ladder beads. That big ametrine down there at the bottom is what I'm talking about. And they're so cool. You got like a great mix of the yellow and the purple in there. And then we're gonna bring it all together with some more, some of the rondelles. And then we've got that star shaped or star facet citrine up there at the top. To kind of bring it all together. So it's going to be an easy little demo, kind of maybe more of an intermediate, if you will. And let's talk about what we're using today. We are using the little citrine that we're using is a star pattern microfaceted 8mm coin bead. They're gorgeous. You got like some really deep colored citrine, and then you've got your lighter tones in there too. So it's a really great mix, but the faceting on these is what makes them so special because you get lots of flash on them. The faceting is absolutely beautiful. They've also got really great drill holes in them, so they're really easy to work with. But you need a good assortment of coin-shaped beads in your stash because you never know when you're going to need them. They're like a great little accent bead. And then we're using the ladder-shaped beads, Ametrine and Amethyst, and it is a huge strand. Look at all these. Tons of them, and you can see the amethyst and the citrine kind of mixed in there. Some of them are more purple, some of them you've got a little bit more of the citrine in there. We're also going to use amethyst and quartz microfaceted rondelle strand. That's this one up here. It's got a little bit of everything in it, and then I've just got some little gold round beads that we're going to use. I'm using 26 gauge wire for the majority of the earring, and then we're going to use 20 gauge to make the ear wire. Tool-wise, I've got my chain nose, round nose, flush cutter. I've also got my 6-step bail shaping plier. We're gonna use that to make the earring. So most of what we're using is the trifecta right here. So let's get going on the demo. The first thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna grab some 26 gauge wire. And we just need about 10 inches maybe. I think that would be plenty. Where the whole thing is one long strand of wire. So make sure you give yourself enough. Let me count. I forgot how many 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I've got 5 of the rondelles on either side. I'm just gonna pull some of these off of this strand. So we're gonna grab our 26 gauge wire, and my pattern is I did a gold bead and then an amethyst. You can do whatever kind of pattern you want here, and you can make that section as big or as small as you want depending on your style. If I could hold any of these, I'm losing them. I wouldn't go too big on this section because we're using 26 gauge wire. The bigger that kind of bridge section gets there between your ladder shaped bead and your coin, almost the flimsier it's gonna get. So you wanna keep it sort of tight there so that you don't have to worry about your piece deforming or getting caught on anything, but just enough to give it a little something extra between those two beads. I love kind of creating, like if I have a big chunky gemstone like those ladder style ones, I like to do something that creates some negative space in there. And so that's what I did with that, the little loop that we made with the gemstones, create a little negative space in there just kind of to offset the heaviness of the gemstone down there at the bottom. And I just counted those and now I can't remember. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Now we're gonna drop our ametrine ladder bead on there. And we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. And I like to have a gold bead up next to my center stone there, just as kind of a buffer, because it's a little more, you don't have to worry about a gemstone rubbing up against a gemstone and potentially like breaking or scratching anything. And I just thought it was kind of like a nice transition bead between the two gemstone beads. But if you just want to do solid gemstone for the whole earring, you can do your own pattern here. Let's see, about 4 gold and another rondelle, and then 1 more gold here. And now we are going to take both of these strands like this, and they're both gonna fit through our citrine coin-shaped bead right here, which is really nice. So we don't have to worry about kind of closing off one of those strands. They're both gonna pull really nicely up through the citrine here, like this. And now we're gonna make a loop up here at the top. So we just wanna pull those wires nice and tight, make sure that you don't have any slack down here. Hold that real tight, and we're gonna make our loop. I'm gonna make my loop with both of my wires here since I use them both to come up through my citrine. Then we're just gonna finish this off with a little swirl. And make sure you're really pulling, like, I want this whole section to be like between the rondelles and that got a little funky. The coin-shaped bead, I want that to be real tight so that there's not a bunch of extra space or anything like that between my beads. I don't really want my wire showing down there. And then we're just gonna crimp those guys off, tuck our tails, and just kind of straighten up our loop here. And then just kind of fix my shape down here at the bottom so that it hangs nicely. Isn't that pretty? I love this color combination. I just think it's really pretty. And now we're just gonna make an ear wire. So we're gonna take some 20 gauge wire. If you haven't seen me or one of us on Jewel School make an ear wire, they're super easy. I honestly, for the most part, prefer a handmade ear wire over a kind of a manufactured ear wire. It's just a different look. And if I'm hand making the rest of the earring, then I want the components or the findings to have that same feel to them too. Like, I feel like this would look real different if I put a manufactured ear wire on there. So depending on the style, like, one thing that I always try to consider is how do my components look with the rest of the piece. So that's why I chose to make a handmade ear wire. So we're gonna start with our the smallest step on our bail shaping plier. So this little one right here, and we're gonna make a little loop just right at the end of our wire. And when I'm making ear wires, I typically work from the spool. That way I'm not wasting any wire to make my ear wires. And then I just kind of bend that back so that it's nice and centered on my wire. And now we're gonna use the largest step on the mandrel, which is this guy right here. We're gonna grab right above that, where am I? Okay, we're gonna go right above that loop right there. And we're gonna come around that step into a nice little hook shape. Trim that off, and I like to just kind of bend the end just a little bit to make that it a little easier to kind of fit through your ear. And then we will add this to our earring. Make sure that you're softening the end of that ear wire with either a file or your reaming tool. Your reaming tool is going to come with a cut burr, which you can use to soften that end right there. Then we've got a nice funky little pair of Ametrine earrings. I just love, this thing is There we go. Turned. Aren't they pretty? And they're not real heavy. That's one thing I love about these coffin shaped beads is they're so like thin that you get a lot of visual impact. Like they look real big, but they're thin enough to where they're not real heavy. So they're real comfortable to wear in your ears. So that is my earring demo for today. Hey guys, thanks for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed today's demo. If you need any of the tools and supplies that we used today, check out the links in the description below. And while you're down there, I want to know, do you like more symmetrical designs or do you tend to lean more asymmetrical? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that bell so you don't miss any future videos. Bye y'all.